Okay, so I'm going to create a reaction video here on this video that I saw today on Fox Business about the rise of mortgage interest rates and the impact that that's having on the current market. So they went ahead and interviewed a real estate agent out of White Plains, New York, and they also put on a real estate expert, talked about a couple of things there. So let's get into it, and we'll stop the video if we need to. At the end, I'll definitely share with you my ideas and a tip if you're a real estate agent as to what you can be doing right now that's actually really effective if you have a listing. So let's get into it, and we'll go from there. Here we go.
Following that phenomenon and where housing stands now going into the new year. Hey, Jerry.
Hey, Neil, that's right. You know, Freddie Mac out today with their weekly mortgage rate number. It is 1/100th% lower than last week at 6.78%. There's no relief in sight for buyers here as mortgage rates continue to defy the Fed. I'm here with Lizette Sinhart, and she's a realtor in Westchester County. Lizette, what are you telling buyers?
I say marry the house, date the rate. If you're in a position to buy a house and can afford that monthly payment, get into that house now, refi later.
I want to play for you a comment from an expert in housing who talks a lot about this issue, and I want you to respond on the other side. Listen.
We expect a bit of a slowdown right now as mortgage rates continue to creep up from the lower point that they hit toward the end of September. For sellers, like I said, you know, people won't be eager to make a move. And for buyers, more time to spend on the sidelines, especially with rents falling across the country.
So what do you make of those comments, especially the part about rents falling and people renting instead of buying?
Well, I think if you're in a position to buy versus renting, why would you give a landlord money when you could potentially get into a home, gain equity, and also generational wealth?
I love that answer. Neil, as I send it back to you, I just want to say one thing creating this problem.
Okay, so let's go ahead and stop the video right there, and let me expand myself. There we go. So love those two responses from the real estate agent. She's obviously a top agent, understands the market. She's done a really good job. And we've heard those terms before: marry the house, date the rate, because we do expect mortgage rates to come down. The reason why mortgage rates are up right now is due to the 10-year treasury. They don't talk about that. We can talk about that in another video. You have heard the Fed funds rate have come down, but mortgage rates are going up. So it's kind of this funny time that we're in right now. That other guy was talking about how people wanting to rent more right now. Well, I love her point here. Why would you rent when you can buy a home right now and build yourself equity? And that's really the key here. Can you get into the home as long as it's affordable to you so you can build that equity and build that generational wealth? So here's your tip. If you're a real estate agent, a buyer, or a seller, here's what I would like you to see you do. Instead of maybe lowering the price of your home, start offering some seller concessions. Offer some big ones that can help your buyer either do a temporary rate buy down or a permanent rate buy down. So let me give an example on that. What a 2-1 buy down, for example, would be. Let's say your interest rate is, the current market is at 7%. Let's just say that. The first year, the rate would be at 5%, making the house much more affordable in that first year. The next year, it's at 6%. And then from the third year on, it's at the 7% rate in that particular example. So, or you could do a permanent buy down, which let's say you could buy the rate down to say 6% and it's permanently at 6%. So those are two really good options. They're going to help your buyer afford that payment and buy that home. And what's interesting is it's a win for the buyer, but it's also a win for the seller because they're actually coming in with less, or they're coming out of pocket less money than if they did a big purchase price reduction. So it's a win all around. Make sure you do that right now in this particular market, and stay tuned for any more tips that I might have. I'm going to try to put some more reaction videos out there on what's going on in this market because it's a tough one right now. You got to be creative. You have to think outside the box a little bit more to get these homes to move for you. So anyway, hope this helps. Make it a great day, everyone.